Shanta. Welcome back to my channel, Shake It Up with Shanta. If you've been here before, welcome back as always, and thank you. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, and thank you guys so very much. I'm super excited, you guys. I'm going to be showing you my way of how I make my stuffed bell peppers with sausage and ground beef. So without further ado, let's shake something up. Alright y'all, so what you're going to need is, I'm using 3 bell peppers because there's 3 of us in the house, so I'm only going to be using 3, and this is how they look. They're huge. Alright, they're not the prettiest, but this is what I find in the store. You're going to need some rice. I'm using Spanish rice because this is what I use for this recipe. I have a can of petite diced tomatoes. I have some ragu sauce. If you want to use regular tomato sauce, you can, but I prefer this better. I'm using the chunky sauce with the garden sauce with the vegetables. I love this kind. You're going to need some cheese. You're going to need an onion, a little bit of salt, some poultry seasoning that I'll be using, some Italian seasoning, some parsley flakes, some black pepper, and of course some sausage. You can use any type of sausage you want. I just prefer this kind. And I'm going to use a little bit of ground beef because you all know I say all the time my husband does not eat pork. So I'll be using ground beef with that. Now, with that being said, I didn't want to make this video too long, and I didn't want to take all day. I've already put my rice on to cook. So I'm going to tell you guys what I use for that. Alright, this is the Zatarain Spanish rice. I just follow the directions on the back, which it says the package that comes with it, 1.5 cups of water, and a 14-ounce can of tomatoes, diced tomatoes. And this is, I just put all that together in a pot of the water without it even being warmed up. I just put it in there, mixed it all together, and I'm just going to let it cook. I don't want to stir it because you don't want to disturb your rice while it's cooking. Time says 25 minutes. If you do this according to the recipe that's on the box, the exact directions, your rice will come out perfect, and this is the perfect rice to use for your stuffed tomatoes. Now, if you don't have this rice in your cabinets due to the quarantine, use regular rice. Just use regular rice. There's no difference. Use your regular rice and suit it up. Suit it up, put you some seasoning in it. If you want to put some chopped tomatoes in it, do whatever it is that you like. You know, use some rice, onions, bell pepper, whatever it is, okay? You don't have to use this rice if you don't have it. One thing I know, and I just want to say this before I get started. I know we're all quarantining at the time. I may not put out videos like I would normally do on a regular, like I try to do one every 3 days. I'm not going to go out and try to scramble or just throw together what's in my pantry for you all to make some slop. That's not what I'm going to do. If I don't have some of my main ingredients to make some things, I won't be making them. So you might get a video once a week. You might get a video twice a week until this is over. I'm over it. Alright, so I won't be throwing nothing together for you all. If I can't come with my best or my almost best, I won't be making videos. I'm just not what I'm going to do. I'm not just going to reach up in my pantry and throw some slop together. That's not what I'm going to do. Alright, so with that being said, hope y'all are enjoying y'all quarantine time and cooking and watching these videos and making some of this stuff. Don't make too much now because you got to eat it. I don't want y'all making all this stuff and then got to put it in your freezer and let it sit in there for weeks because ain't nobody going to eat it. So, you know, that's just me, and I'm not going to waste no money because I ain't got no money to be wasting just to make no videos. So, if it's something I ain't got and I'm missing a whole bunch of this and that, I'm not going to just throw them together. All right. Let me stop ranting. All right. So, let me start off and go ahead and cut my bell peppers and show you guys how I do this. Now, as you can see, I've already washed my bell peppers off. I'm just going to cut the tops off like this. And then I'm going to cut the inside out. Okay. Cut the insides and take all of that out. You want to clean it out just like so. Clean it out just like that. And these are some huge bell peppers, y'all. I was surprised to find these in the store. I wasn't going to get no little ones that look real little and ate all up, and I wasn't going to do that. If I didn't find these big ones, I wasn't going to make any. All right, you just clean them out just like that. Get this part out the way. Take all of that out. Okay, sit that there. Alright, so I'm gonna dice up this onion. If you want to use mushrooms, whatever vegetable you like in yours, you can. You know, all of this stuff is substitutable, but I think you should keep it simple when it comes down to stuffing the bell pepper, because you do have to put it inside the bell pepper, and you have to mix it with the rice and the cheese and all of that good stuff. So I don't need this whole thing, so I'm just going to use, I'm only making 3, so I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the skillet, which is already on. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to that. Just a little bit. I'll put a teaspoon of garlic in there. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put my ground sausage in here. I'm only going to use half of it. Now you can use any kind of sausage you want. If you want to use Italian sausage, that would be perfect. I like this because it gives it that little kick, that little sausage kick. Now I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna cook the ground beef separate, only because you guys, y'all know he ain't gonna eat it. It makes it so difficult for me sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna let this cook down, and then I'm gonna grind my ground beef once this get done. Alright you guys, this is my sausage and my onion cooking together. Now, I told y'all my husband don't eat pork, so I had to do some ground beef separate. Now, with that being said about the ground beef, you do not have to do that separate. Only reason I did that separate, and this is the ground beef that I ground for him, I just took the leftover and mixed it in here. This is how I would normally do this anyway. I would mix the ground beef and the ground sausage together. I just had to cook it separately. Now, you do not have to cook it separately. You can cook it together. Let me explain that again. You don't have to cook it separately. You can cook it together. The ground beef, the ground sausage, and the onions. I only did that this way because I had to separate my ground beef from my pork sausage because of my husband. He don't eat pork. Alright? So let's clear that up. That's a step that you do not have to take. You just put your ground beef in along with your ground sausage, your onions, and your garlic, and you just saute that all together. Now, I think my rice is done. Let me look at it. I already turned it off. Okay. This is the rice. I'm going to let it sit here until everything's get done, until this cool down. You want this to cool completely down. You want your rice to cool completely down. It's done. I just want it to cool down. So I'm going to leave the top on it and let it cool completely down. My ground sausage, ground beef, and onions, they're ready. I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to strain all of the oil that's left in here. I'm going to strain that off. All right. Let me do that now. All right, y'all. I am back. Okay, I strained this. Let me go ahead and dump this in the bowl. This is the bowl that I'll be using to mix everything in. Okay. Got my ground beef, ground sausage. I'm going to go ahead and put my rice in here. Okay. Just like that. Let me see if that's enough rice I want to use. I'll use a little bit more rice. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and season this. But let me taste it first. See what it needs. Okay. I tasted it tastes pretty good, but it does need seasoning. So I'm going to go ahead and add me just a little bit of salt. I'm going to add some of this poultry season. Okay. This has salt in it, so I won't be adding a lot. And I'm going to add this to my bell pepper. You want to season everything, so I'm going to add a little bit of that to the inside of my bell pepper. Just like that. Add a little bit in there. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this Italian seasoning. Some black pepper. A few parsley flakes. And of course, some complete. Y'all know I put complete on everything. Alright, so I'm going to mix this. Before I put my cheese, I'm going to mix this. Okay. Let me just taste a little bit of this. That's perfect, y'all. I'm wash my hands real quick. I'm adding some cheese to it. And I'm just using this Velveeta mozzarella because it melts really smoothly and creamy. But you can use whatever cheese you like. Whatever cheese you like, you can use it. Put a little bit of extra cheese. Okay. Now this is ready to go in the bell pepper. Now, I'm going to take my Ragu chunky sauce. I'm going to pour a little bit in the bottom of my bell peppers. Just like that. Just a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to stuff them. Alright, so I got my little ice cream scoop because this is better for me, y'all. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to stuff it right in there. And I'm going to stuff this. When I say I'm going to stuff it, I'm stuffing this. I'm really stuffing it. Okay? Just like this. And then you put a little bit more in here. So those are the ones with the sausage in it, y'all. So I'm making this one. This is the one for my husband. I hope I remember which is which, Lord. But if y'all hear somebody talking in the background, that's my grandman back there. He playing his little game and he just talking. He want to be in the kitchen with his granny. So I couldn't get rid of him. So he just back there playing his little game, talking. So, alright. I gotta remember which one you... Alright, so that one. Okay. I'm gonna probably know because it's probably gonna oil up the one with the sausage in it. Anyway, y'all. Alright, so this how it looks. This is the complete product. This is how it looks, okay? So, I'm gonna take a little bit of this Ragu right here, and I'm just gonna put it in the bottom of the pan, just like that. I'm gonna put some at the bottom, so you know, as this cooking, you know these bell peppers gonna wither down a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this down at the bottom. I'm gonna put a little bit on top, just like that. And I'm gonna come back Once this has to cook in the oven on 350, which my oven is already preheated. This has to cook for an hour, but I'm gonna come back after 45 minutes and I'm gonna top it with some cheese. Okay? Do that just like that. I'm gonna sprinkle me a little bit of complete on top of this. Okay. And that's it, y'all. I'm gonna put this in the oven just like this. Okay? And for an hour. But I'm gonna come back after 45 minutes and check on it. All right, y'all. So my bell pepper has been in here about 45 minutes. Oh my God, look at them. They look so good. So I'm gonna top them with cheese, put them back in here for about 5 more minutes just until the cheese melts. And then they're gonna be done. They smell so good. I wish y'all could smell these. It's been about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna top them. A little bit of cheese. Back in the oven they go for about 5 more minutes just until the cheese melts. And then we'll be ready. Alright, y'all, so look, I put my bell pepper on the plate. Oh my God, when I tell y'all, this looks so good and it smells so good. I cannot wait to eat this. I let it cool down just a little bit, but I know it's super hot on the inside. I know it's super hot on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and cut this because this is how I'm going to eat it. Now, you don't have to cut it if you don't want to, but I want to cut mine because I want to show you guys how it looks on the inside. So I'm going to cut mine down the middle. I want to show you guys how it looks on the inside. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Cut it all the way. Let me lay it down. Look at that. Now, I didn't add any eggs. A lot of people want to add eggs to make it stay stiff like a meatloaf. Nah, you don't want that. You want it to be loose and juicy, just like this. You don't want it stiff like a meatloaf. You want it just like this. The longer it sits, the more stiff it'll get, but it won't get too stiff because you don't really want it like meatloaf. You want to eat it like this. You want it to be kind of loose and kind of juicy. So it won't, even if I would have let this sit longer, which I only let it sit for probably about 10 minutes just to cool down a little bit. But if you let it sit a little longer, of course it has cheese in it. It has oils from the sausage in here. So of course it's going to stiffen up just a tad bit. But you do not want to add an egg because you don't want this stiff like a meatloaf. You just don't want that. So, I didn't add any egg, and you don't have to add any egg. You don't have to add any breadcrumbs to it. You just mix your rice with your diced tomatoes. You just mix everything, stuff it, and if you let it cook with the cheese in there for about an hour, it's going to stiffen up and it's going to be the perfect texture for you. So, no, you do not have to add eggs, all right? So, I'm going to go ahead and taste this. I know it's super hot, and you want to eat this with a knife. I tell you, you're going to want to eat this with a knife and a fork because, especially if you're eating it hot, you know, the inside of anything that has tomatoes and cheese is hot. So you have to be very careful when eating this hot. Or you could just let it cool off, which I can't wait to let it cool off. I ain't even going to tell y'all no lie. I can't wait to let this cool off. I'm ready to eat this right now, hunty. Y'all. If y'all like bell pepper, sausage and cheese and rice, oh my goodness. This is for you, honey. This right here, it tastes the sweetness of the bell pepper, all the ingredients, the seasoning. Everything is so fresh. So good. This is absolutely delicious. When I tell y'all, got cheese. Listen, if y'all want to put some mushrooms in here, by all means do that, because I like mushroom. Oh my God, this is good. I can't stop eating it. It's so damn good. Y'all look at this close up. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, y'all. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Everything bakes in the oven. It's just clashed together. Look, y'all, it's been long enough. Y'all know I gotta enjoy this because I am gonna eat the rest of this. I'm gonna eat every bit of it. If you've enjoyed this video so far and you have not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. If you watched this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I always read my comments and I always reply to everybody. But if you watched this video, you liked it, thumbs this video up. And if you have not done so, don't forget to hit that notification bell. So every time I upload one of these easy peasy recipes like today, you'll be notified. So until next time, I appreciate you guys for watching. See you later.